Hi, this is Amanda Smith. Sorry, I look even worse than I thought. It's week 7, and we've reached the end of this class, it seems. So thank you for all your time and the things that you've imparted. And tonight we're talking about ethical and legal concerns when dealing with suicide or suicidal students, which is such a heavy topic. And I would almost say that it's unlike anything that we would deal with in normal life, as far as how to broach that conversation with anyone, let alone within the framework of legality and ethical concerns. Anyways, one of the things that is talked about in the book is just about legally needing to report to parents, to administration, and that goes in that breach of confidentiality where we have to inform people that in the event that that there's harm to yourself or others, we have to let someone else know. I'm sorry, it's late, I'm tired. Breach confidentiality for the purposes of safety. So some of the things to consider are how serious are these students about committing suicide, which, man, that's got to be a tough decision and tough for anyone to say. And I understand that asking those questions of how are you going to go about that, when, where, and seeing how realistic it is. But even in the case presented in the textbook about the girl that committed suicide, and her friends had reported her saying that she was interviewed and she didn't seem to be suicidal. So I guess you just never really know. And I'm curious, in all your years of being a counselor, how many suicides have you, I guess, have been committed at your schools, like that you've personally had to deal with the repercussions of with the other students? And I guess that just depends on how many years you've spent at elementary, middle, and high school. But man, what a weighty thing to have to deal with, especially if it's not caught, or if, like you said tonight in class, if the parents don't take it seriously and don't do enough about it. And even then, just having to, even if you report it appropriately and there's a safety watch, but to know that that student is not going to be quickly fixed. So it's not a conversation, it's not 1 week and things are better. It's that it's an ongoing thing that you have to keep an eye on and you have to monitor. And kids are really good at hiding how they're feeling. All adults are, all parents, all individuals are. And I actually just read something recently that said, if your friend has been really depressed and really down in the dumps and maybe even suicidal, and suddenly they seem to come out of it and they're almost euphoric and, maybe being really generous with their items or with time or making sure they're spending time with friends, which they hadn't been doing, it can be a case of that they have decided to kill themselves. And to have that decision made, they interested of almost like euphoria in a sense, that they have this little break from their depression and their reality because now they've decided that they're not going to have to live in that anymore. So anyways, it's a really weighty topic. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, ethically and legally, there's a lot to it. And I think one of the hardest things would be having to call a parent and to inform them, especially if there's been no other warning signs or no other issues leading up to that. And that their child is so unhappy or so depressed or whatever it may be, that that's their only out that they can see. So, thank you for a wonderful class. Excited to be done with my first 2 classes in the past becoming a school psychologist, and I hope that we cross paths again sometime. Thank you.